Chapter 19. I cannot tell what drove Sir Owain to his treachery. Two souls had ever striven in his breast. His deepest heart must always have remembered how his mother's people had suffered at the hands of his fathers. In part, no doubt, his feelings were truly what he claimed to Catherine. Horror at the situation, doubt of our victory, love for her person, and concern for her safety. And, in part, there was a less honorable motive, which may have begun as an idle thought, but waxed with time. What might not be done on Terra with a few Wurzger weapons? Reader of my chronicle, when you pray for the souls of Sir Roger and Lady Catherine, say a little word for unhappy Sir Owain Montbel. Whatever took place in his secret self, the recreant acted with outward boldness and intelligence. He kept close watch upon the Wurzgerics gotten to assist Branethar. During the weeks of their toil, while that which Branethar had forgotten was extracted from his dreams and studied with mathematic devices of more than Arabian cunning, the knight quietly prepared the spaceship to go. And always he must keep up the heart of his fellow conspirator, the Baroness. She wavered in her resolve, wept, stormed, yelled at him to depart her presence. Once a vessel arrived with orders for so and so many people to come settle on yet another captured planet. Aboard it was a letter which Sir Roger had sent his wife. He dictated this to me, for his spelling was not always under control, and I took it on myself to polish his phrases a little, so that through their stiffness might come some hint of a humble and enduring love. Catherine at once wrote a reply, admitting her actions and imploring forgiveness. But Sir Owain anticipated this, got the letter ere the ship departed again, burned it, and persuaded her to abide by their scheme. It was, he swore, the best for all concerned, even for her lord. Finally, she gave her dwindled village some excuse about joining her husband. She embarked with the children and 2 maidservants. Sir Owain had learned enough space arts to send the ship to some known, clear destination, a mere matter of pressing the correct buttons, so he could also join them openly. The night before, he had smuggled the Wurzgerics aboard. Branethar, the physician, the pilot, the navigator, and a couple of soldiers trained to use those bombards projecting out of the hull. Those were useless within the ship, where Sir Owain and Catherine bore the only guns. Extra hand weapons were stowed in the clothes chest in her bedchamber, and 1 maid was always stationed there. The girls were so terrified of the blue faces that had any attempted to come take a gun, The screaming would have brought Sir Owain in haste. Nonetheless, knight and lady must watch their associates like wolves, for the obvious thing for Branethar to do was to steer towards Gorixon itself, where he could inform the Emperor of Tara's location. With all England a hostage, Sir Roger must submit. Even the knowledge that we were not from a great space-traveling civilization, but simple and innocent Christian folk, mere lambs led to this slaughter, would have so heartened the Wurzgerics and demoralized our allies that Branethar must on no account be allowed to communicate the secret. Not until Sir Owain's plans had reached fruition. Perhaps never. I am sure Branethar himself foresaw a certain awkwardness at the moment when he had deposited his human comrade on English soil. No doubt he made his own devious plans against it, but for the present their interests ran in the same channel. These considerations alone will disprove certain sniggering canards about Lady Catherine. She and Sir Owain dared never be at ease simultaneously. They must stand watch on watch, gun at hip, the entire voyage, lest their crew overwhelm them. It was the most effective chaperonage in history. Not that she would have misbehaved in any event. Confused and frightened she might become, but she was never faithless. Sir Owain felt reasonably confident that Branethar's data were honest, but he insisted on proof. The boat flew for some 10 days to the indicated region of space. Another couple of weeks were spent casting about, examining various hopeful stars. I shall not try to chronicle what the humans felt as constellations gradually became familiar again, nor that single aerial glimpse which their bargain with distrustful Branethar vouchsafed them, when Dover Castle fluttered its pennons above white cliffs. I do not believe they ever spoke about it. Their ship screamed from atmosphere and lined out again for the hostile stars.